been drinking coffee for a while, then at some point you've probably owned one of these. The Bowden blade grinder, one of God's biggest mistakes and truly an abomination to behold in real life. It's a bad grinder. But what makes this so different from the true champion of the coffee industry, the Burr grinder? Well, today on Coffee or Die, we're going to answer that question. The Bowden Bistro electric blade grinder, measuring in at a whopping 6 inches. Powered by a 150 watt motor, driving an obnoxious stainless steel blade that will chop your whole bean coffee into pieces of various shapes and sizes. To operate this grinder, we simply pop open the lid, pour the coffee inside, put the lid back on, and then smash down on this little red button until we think our grind size is consistent. It won't be. However, the blade grinder does have a few qualities that we can say are desirable. First, it's affordable, only coming in at around $20. It also grinds pretty quick, and this compact shape and size are pretty convenient. However, blade grinders do a few things pretty poorly. First, grind size is inconsistent, which you might think is a pretty weird thing to care about, but think about it like this. Different sizes of coffee extract at different rates. That's why, depending on the brewing method, you may have heard that you should grind finer or coarser. The grind needs to be uniform, or your coffee will taste like a mix of under-extracted, over-extracted, and perfectly extracted coffee, which, in a few words, tastes like ass, and not even the good kind. Next, blade grinders generate a ton of heat. You can't control the rate at which coffee is being ground, and they typically lack durability. To cut right to the chase, blade grinders are inconsistent, and running your coffee through them has a direct impact on why the great coffee you're bringing home to enjoy isn't the best that it could be. So what is the solution? Well, my brother in violence, let me introduce you to the Burr grinder. But before we get into that, do me a favor and like and subscribe to Coffee or Die. For every new subscriber we get, an MQ-9 Reaper drone will decimate another dude in pajamas. This is the Bowden Bistro Burr grinder, and it's about $30 more than the Bistro blade grinder. So, what are the main differences between the two? Well, obviously, this one is bigger. It has a hopper and a nice collection jar. But what we're focused on here today is the burrs. This has stainless steel conical burrs with 12-step grind settings on top. What this does is use a cone-shaped center burr with an outer serrated burr that evenly grinds your coffee beans, rather than slicing them into uneven bits. Again, evenly ground coffee is key because different grind sizes produce different tastes. Now, this isn't the best Burr grinder, and as you get even deeper into coffee, you may even get grinders that are dedicated specifically for espresso and filter. However, the more advanced these grinders get, you can expect prices to reach in the hundreds and even thousands of dollars. However, the conical burr doesn't produce nearly as consistent a grind as a flat burr, but we'll save that comparison between conical and flat burrs for another video. The main takeaway here is that Burr grinders outperform blade grinders in terms of consistency, durability, and control. But you can expect to pay a little bit more for them. For now, I want to say thank you so much for stopping by, and I will catch you on the next episode of Coffee or Die.
Do that.
Oh, this grinder said fuck you. Alright, ready? Degenerate 1, grinder 0.
That's so fucking funny.
Womp womp.
So maybe I'm just fucking holding these like, what? What? Again, we're going to grab this for the thumbnail.